Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Finch's Flight. In the last episode, Finch set up the taskboard of the newest update. The taskboard allows all of the cats of the Feather Colony to set up little missions for him. So if they're looking for something special, like maybe some herbs or some food, they can just ask Finch to go out into the world and find it for them. Of course, he's not leaving empty-handed. They do have special little rewards for him too. I believe in the last episode, we received a sea bass for our troubles. And I'm sure that's probably outside in the prey pile. Goodness knows we need to stock up on some more prey. The second task was for 6 squirrels. And since Finch has never been too fond of the squirrels, it should come as no surprise that he didn't know where they were hiding. So we were never able to finish off our second task, but we're going to try again today. And maybe we'll even gather up enough of those task tokens to buy ourselves a new skill. Right now though, let's go ahead and clear out our inventory. I mean, we found plenty of prey in the forest, but it just wasn't what we needed. It kind of makes me a little bit suspicious. Maybe Claudius is the one setting up these tasks? I mean, he knows that winter is right around the corner, and our prey was getting pretty scarce, especially after Finch went into the mines and basically wiped out their entire stock. So it's probably a good thing that we're trying our best to stock up again, but let's go ahead and see what the new task is going to be. A lot of you have mentioned that we can actually receive those super special precious gemstones in here too. Ooh, but this one is for an orange ladybug? Looking for some fresh catnip. 2 should do. We'll get an orange ladybug and 3 task tokens. Oh, that's going to be super easy too. Yeah, we have plenty of catnip stashed away. But geez, do you think maybe somebody is getting a little bit too friendly with a catnip stash? It sounds like this is probably the same cat. And if I remember correctly, we figured it was probably Slate last time. So let's go ahead and offer up the 2 catnip that we have, and that gets us 5 task tokens total. So are we only missing 1 now? Let's see, we wanted to buy the active skill for the Pinecone Toss, and I want to say that was worth 6 tokens. Yeah, it's the least expensive of all of these different skills, but it's the one that I am definitely the most interested in. Not to say that the others don't sound pretty interesting, and I'm sure that the shield would work well for Finch too. But that Pinecone Toss, I mean, with all the trees that he has around the Highlands, it almost seems like it was literally made for him. So let's go ahead and drop off. Oh no, I must have picked up that little firefly that we had by the board. We'll want to go ahead and drop those off over there too. But let's replace the catnip first so Galen doesn't get too suspicious, and then we'll go ahead and light the way to our task board with this lovely firefly. Claudius actually dug out all the items that we had right behind it, which I am very grateful for. He's always doing his best to help out and to make our supplies more accessible to the rest of the cats. But I guess that little ladybug that we received would be a good thing for us to sell off to Starling, especially since he seems so interested in those ladybugs lately. I think this is the one that he gave us the day before. Hello, Finch. You are a very welcome sight at my den. Hello, my liege. I have discovered a gold ore which I would like for you to have. Oh, he's given us so many of these lately. It almost makes me wonder if he's trying to find the rubies too. Maybe that's another way that he's trying to help out Finch. He knows how hard he's trying to find those rubies to decorate the sacred temple. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he wanted to lend a paw. Do you spend much time in the wetlands, Finch? Oh, she told us about this before. She's talking about the snake lilies that are growing inside the swamps now. We're gonna have to try to pick up a few more of those too. Goodness knows that Griffin is going to need plenty if he wants to grow them inside our den. Hope you aren't expecting a discount. I don't even give my own family a discount. Really, Starling? Really? You're teasing us about it now? It's kind of ironic because the new update did give him a discount. I can't remember exactly how much it was for, but all of his items are just a tiny bit cheaper now that we have 5 stars with this cat. But let's go ahead and sell off all of the extra bugs that we have in our inventory. It's not worth very much, but I think we probably want to keep the shells on hand. Last time we tried to go visit Alyssa to give her some of the shells, just to see if we can get back on her good side. She's been acting awfully suspicious lately, sending her cats to our borders, almost as if she's trying to work with Leo once more. So I guess we're going to have to try to get our reputation up with her again, just so we don't have to worry about her cats knocking on our door. Today I feel like a big romantic frog dinner would really hit the spot. You want to try catching one for me? We can do that, Griffin. We might not know where to find all the squirrels skittering around the forest, but the frogs are our specialty. Seems like there's less and less prey hopping about with every passing day. They must be going into hiding as the weather cools down. Sounds like Claudius may have spoken with you about the prey too. Mango actually seems like she is quite the little huntress of the colony. Oh, thank you, Galen. We'll tuck that marigold away for you. But yeah, Mango is one surprisingly skilled cat. Despite how laid back she seems, she's always talking about doing some hunting in the forest. Maybe she's the kind of cat that we need to go to if we do actually want to figure out what those squirrels are hiding. I wonder if she would actually like a little squirrel snack as a gift someday. But I know for sure that we can definitely find some frogs down this way, so since Griffin is hoping for a fresh frog dinner, let's spend the rest of the day finding him something to eat. This should lead us straight toward the battle that the Mystic Colony has set up as well, assuming that that's who's at our borders. But since it is in the Southern Territory, I would imagine it could be nobody else. And there's our frog. Carefully now, Finch. Oh no, you scared it away, but it's going straight toward the trees, so we should be able to scoop it up nonetheless. I wonder if we're getting close to maxing out our hunting skill. Oh, we are just one level away from maxing out every single skill that Finch owns. We're actually not that far away from receiving enough experience points for that either. Just a few more bunnies ought to do the trick. And I guess that battle is going to help him out too. So that should be right below him, on the prairie border, right next to the mines as well, so no wonder their cats are looking to steal it from us. Let's go ahead and charge right in, and we'll use our deep cut skill right at the front. Hopefully that'll be enough to chip away at their energy, because it looks like she has sent quite a few cats up here. They're kind of tearing through our guards right now. Oh my goodness, they barely lasted at all. Well, it might be time for us to call our guards in then. We still haven't given ourselves the lion's roar again. We had the sprint in our skills instead so we could get down to the beaches faster. But I guess that's all well and good anyways, because at that spot we'll be going to the Pinecones soon. We could say that Finch is still practicing his pinecone throwing skills. Maybe that's why he's been doing so much exploring lately, picking up every little pinecone that he can find on the ground to practice wailing them at his enemies. I wonder if that's something that Leo is going to try to steal. I'd imagine that he can probably find plenty of pinecones in his territory too, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to steal Finch's special strategy. Anything to help him come out ahead again, even if it makes him a thief. So as we do head down to the swamplands to visit Alyssa again, we're going to keep that under wraps. We're not going to let her in on any of our special plans, not until we know that we can definitely trust her again. There's no telling if she's sneaking off into the mountain colony to tell Leo about everything we bring her, so until we know for sure, Finch isn't taking any chances. He's gotta stay on his toes. Now hopefully this time it won't be too late for us to go see her. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, so maybe if we sprint over to their territory, there she is. Alyssa's waiting right outside Mossy's den, actually. So we have a couple of gifts for you, Alyssa. A nice rare conch shell and a normal shell too. Hopefully this will be enough to bring up our friendship with her by an extra star. She's a pretty stoic cat. She's a little bit hard to get to know, but something tells me underneath all of that frozen, frosty fur, she has a very warm heart. She can't be as hard to please as Leo is. Now I wonder if Crampy would know where we could find some snake lilies. Maybe he would be willing to share a few of his secrets. Science is fun, always remember that. Also, yelling for science at the end of a sentence is fun. Alright, Crampy, is that maybe letting us know that you have indeed been experimenting upon the snake lilies? Maybe that's why we're having so much trouble finding them? Maybe he's already scooped up all of the snake lilies around here. But it looks like he may have left some catnip behind, so we'll go ahead and scoop that up for sure. It looks like I'm only finding marigolds over here. Oh my goodness, and Tiger, where on earth did you come from? He must have watched us leave his camp? Geez, he is so fast too. Oh, Alyssa is really training some difficult guards to keep Finch away. I know we were right next to their home, but that almost felt like an ambush. Well, at least we managed to find one of these snake lilies, so it wasn't a complete waste. Ooh, and is that a little salmon inside the stream? That would be nice to tuck away for a future task. Or not. I forgot how bad you were at fishing, Finch. But there are definitely a lot of snake lilies for us to gather around the weeping root. It's kind of fitting, too. I would assume that this is probably the best place for the mystic colony to conduct all of their rituals. They probably come down here quite a bit, with the crows wandering around, too. Let's try to grab one more. No, but that one unfortunately got away. I guess it's because it's so dark outside right now, and Finch is probably very, very tired. Ooh. Ooh, did you see that? Another Mystic Colony guard coming out to take back what's theirs. They were probably looking for the snake lilies. Well, let's make sure that we tuck these straight into our den, right over here next to all of our other plants. We'll have to bring this over to the sacred temple, of course, at some point to help decorate it. But for now, we're just going to leave it tucked away in the corner, just in case any Mystic Colony cats come sniffing around to take it back. So let's let Finch curl up for some rest. Sleep away all of those battle wounds, and then we'll hope that tomorrow's task is easy enough for us to complete. It sounds like it might be raining today. A little light rain to impede our progress. Well, hopefully that's not going to mess up whatever task is on the board today. There are a few things that are a bit harder for us to find when it's raining like this. For instance, the dragonflies aren't even going to be out at all. They want nothing to do with the rain. So fingers crossed, whatever is on here is something that we already have inside our territory. Oh no, really? Some cats may get squeamish around bugs, but I love them. Can you do me a favor and bring me 6 bugs? We'll get a dove and those 2 task tokens. We would have enough for the Pinecones, but I don't know how on earth. I mean, unless we pick up the bugs that we already have. We do have one of these butterflies. And I suppose we could always break into our fireflies too. We're using these as lights, of course. But I guess if it's for the task, we might have to scoop those up and offer them up to whoever wants the bugs in our colony. Who do you think is most fond of bugs? I mean, Starling has quite a few fireflies around his den, but all of these bugs are here to make him feel more comfortable. Starling does have a tiny, itty-bitty little fear of the dark, so we gave him all of the glowing bugs of the forest to make him happy. I'll tell you what, Finch, you can always brighten my day. I feel like when I talk to you, you really listen to me, you know? Thanks. No problem, Starling. See, we brighten his day by bringing him all of those beautiful bugs. Griffin, I feel, is more interested in his snake lilies, his crows, his glow potions, but he does enjoy the red fireflies, kind of as a warning to stay away from his little hidden den. Rain's good for concealing your location. Footprints wash away, and the sound of water falling can keep others from hearing you. And I'm not just talking about the prey. The perfect time for us to maybe infiltrate some of our enemies' territory. It looks like the mountain colony is even chipping away into ours now, so we better take some lavender up there before it gets worse. But I did manage to find you your frog. It's not quite the dinner that you were hoping for, but I hope you enjoyed this for breakfast nonetheless. Now let's go ahead and sprint on up to Mango too. I mean, maybe one of our cats will give us a little bug gift. Whoa, it'll take ages for all this rain to dry up. Watch out for mud puddles. If you get mud caked in your fur, it takes a long time to get it out. Trust me, I know from experience. Probably while she was hunting one day. I wonder if that's why she's going to stay in today. She doesn't want to risk it. Better to just stay dry and clean in her den. Some say that the ancient cats would collect up rain in basins made of moss. That way they could preserve the water for dry seasons. I've yet to replicate their methods. Oh, Galen, I'm sure that you'll get the hang of it eventually. We have plenty of plants up here after all for you to use. Not any moss, but I'm sure there's quite a bit growing around here somewhere. So our last hopes of getting any bugs would be from Slate and from Claudius. Remember to keep your den's roof in good repair or else it'll start to leak on days like today. Ooh, do you think Slate is having trouble with that? Maybe we will have to give her a brand new type of den. We probably have enough mews to buy a new style for her soon. I learned that the hard way last year. Oh, poor Slate. Yeah, sounds like she could probably do with an upgrade, so we'll have to figure out which type of style she would appreciate the most. Do you see how the rain comes in at an ankle? Well, I remember Claudius telling us this before. A good battle strategy to make sure that we're not getting blinded by the rain, but perhaps our enemies are instead. So this butterfly counts as one of the bugs, right? Yeah, we can definitely just pick up the bugs that we have lying around the place. So I guess that's what we're going to have to do. Oh, it is so sad to gather up all of these sparkling lights that we've had sitting around here for so long. But if it's going to get us the task points that we need, I guess we're going to have to make that sacrifice. We have that one last white firefly over there by Mango. But I wonder if anybody else has a different one we can pick up. Maybe the white one over here by Starling, if you wouldn't mind. But I promise we'll pick you up another as soon as the summer season starts. Ooh, hang on a second. Do I see a sneaky little firefly right behind this tree? Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that Finch had tucked one behind there. Well, let's go ahead and pick up this one instead then, and then we'll drop that other firefly right back down at Starling's paws. Thank you very much for offering to help us, but I guess you were saved after all, Starling. We'll go ahead and put this right next to your little crystal again. And then we should be able to turn in all of these fireflies for the big reward. And that means that Finch's pinecone throwing skills should finally be complete too. So let's go ahead and exchange this. We're going to receive a dove and all of those task tokens. Oh, I am so excited to see what the pinecone skill is like. You know, this is perfect too. Since we were going to go straight over to the mountain colony, that'll be the perfect time for us to test this out. So the Pinecone Toss skill. Yes, please, our very first reward from the task board. So we can go equip our new skill right inside our den. Good thing we set up the board so close to his home. So let's see if we can find it in our active skills. It's probably right at the end. There we go, Pinecone Toss. So let's swap that out for the sprinting skill. We'll go ahead and unequip this, and then pop the Pinecone Toss right in its place. Alright, so it takes 30 seconds to cool down. That means that we could probably test it out in here before we go to the mountain colony. Let's see, should we aim it maybe at the lovely blue jay that we have at the top of the den? Let's see how far it can go. Oh my goodness, that thing was huge. It was practically as big as Finch's head. No wonder it took him so long to perfect the art of pinecone throwing. Well, Finch, I think it's time for you to pay the mountain colony a visit. You have a brand new trick up your sleeve. It'll be much more effective to test this thing out in battle anyways. So let's make our way around the outskirts of our territory. We'll go ahead and spread just one lavender plant right here. That way we can take over this place again. But otherwise, most of our lavender is going to go to the tile directly below us. This one right here with all of the valerian too. Yeah, I guess they're trying to sneak their way into our territory again. It seems like this is a common path for Leo to take. So maybe if we chase them away from the river, they'll be a little bit less likely to come knocking on our door in the future. Now, is there another valerian around here? Or another berry, perhaps. Excellent. We should probably munch on that before we go charging into battle. We'll go ahead and use one of the valerian that we gathered up too so we can move a bit faster. Oh, and did Finch actually scare away a little mouse? I think that may have been a field mouse. They must be foraging around for food before the winter comes. So it's good to see that some of the prey is still kicking around. Maybe that's something we should mention to Mango when we get back today. But let's go ahead and pick up some of the extra herbs we have lying around this place too. I think this is actually where we can gather most of our lavender. Yeah, this is where the mountain colony was growing their lavender, right next to the Blossom Lake. So we know for sure that it would be a good thing for us to keep in our pocket. Alright, so the battle should be directly below us. And after we go ahead and catch this frog for good luck. Oh no, right up to the trees. Did it go off the screen? I think it might still be running away from us. There we go, one more chance, Finch. If this is for good luck, then you better catch it. Oh no. Oh, don't you dare tell me that we're going to have bad luck now. I'm sure the Pinecone Toss is going to turn things around. You're probably just too excited to use it. Ooh, actually, I wonder if we could use the Pinecone Toss on the prey? Do you think it would actually stun them? We're gonna have to give that a try next time we see some frogs hopping around. But right now it's far more important that we use it on the enemies. So let's go ahead and use our deep cut skill and then toss our pine cones straight into the battle. Ooh, I think that did hit somebody. It was kind of hard to see because we were behind the tree. Maybe the battle directly below us will be easier for us to tell, but it definitely seemed like that took a huge chunk off of that cat's health. And we won the battle pretty easily too, so we know it definitely surprised them. At least those cats won't be running back to Leo anytime soon to let him in on our secrets. He's going to have to come over here and battle us himself if he wants to learn about it. So the Pinecone Toss is ready again. Let's go straight down and get ready to use it. Oh, there are a ton more cats out here. Yeah, I think that did like 16 damage on that cat. It wasn't enough to take him out. He was going straight after Mittens. Maybe he thought that she was the one who threw it at him. But that turns around the tide of battle like nothing else. It must just be the shock of it. Like, is that cat seriously chucking pine cones at us? It's so bizarre that they don't even know what to do. And are there more cats down here? Oh my gosh, more reinforcements? I guess word is spreading fast. But do you see that cat right there, Tempest? I think they're wearing the same coat as Alyssa. Oh my gosh, you don't think she's going undercover, do you? Oh no, and Finch, you threw it the wrong way. Well, let's wait for that to cool down again, because this would be the perfect place for us to truly test out that ability. We just have to dodge and weave around all of their claws. Oh my goodness, and there's even more reinforcements coming. Okay, maybe we should take out a couple of them then. We'll go ahead and use our deep cut skill since that just recharged too. Hopefully that'll be enough to send a couple of their cats packing. Now let's see if we can actually line this up right this time, right at Cupcake. Yes, there we go. That does take 16 points off of their health. That is amazing, Finch. That's better than any of your other attacks. We were only throwing it at one cat that time, but I wonder if maybe it could hit multiple cats too, depending on how close they are when we throw it. Well, it seems like a pretty helpful skill to have tucked in your back pocket either way. Oh, and can you imagine taking this into the mines? That would actually make battling the bats and the ghosts quite a bit easier too. But you better go home as well, Blue, because it's getting pretty late, and we want to make sure that all of our guards are nice and well rested. They helped us out quite a bit today too, as Finch got the hang of his pinecone tossing skills. So yeah, I want to try out this thing in some different situations too, against prey, against bats. But then let me know what you guys would like to see Finch purchase next. We could either go for another one of the active skills, the shield, or maybe that bug swarm, especially since somebody in our colony seems to really appreciate the bug stew. Or perhaps we could go for one of the super special coats, because I'm sure that Starling would love his rainbow coat in the winter. That would be a great thing for him to wear against the snow. He would stick out like nothing else in our colony. The fall festival is just around the corner too. And maybe if Finch can scrounge up enough of those tokens, he could buy himself some glow potions for when he proposes to Griffin. Finch just really wants to make this a day that everyone can remember. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!